Hi, can you hear me? Good morning, guys. Buongiorno. What's the other one? Bonjour? Ohio gozaimasu. Can you guys hear me? Oh, cool. Alright. Hi, guys. Hi, Roland. Hi, Ed. Where you from, Ed Malone? I believe I've seen you here before. How are you, Julio? Are you good? Yes, everything is good here. Busy. I'm keeping myself busy. Yeah. We have a very interesting live stream tonight because I have a lot of stuff that I would like to sneak peek for you guys. A lot of stuff. A couple of guitars, effects, and of course, just a sneak of some of the new effects that's coming out. Right, and it's too bad because there are a couple of guitars that were supposed to arrive today, but it will arrive tomorrow. And those are like some of the PRS acoustic guitars and some interesting pedals. But it's okay. We can always do that next week, or by then probably the reviews will be out. Thank you, Ed. Colorado. Wow, Colorado, Rocky Mountain. Snow in South Carolina. Cool. You guys you guys have snow and everything, right? Heavy snow and all that. We've been having like heavy downpour here in Singapore. I believe today is Thursday. Today is Friday. On Monday and Tuesday, it rained for almost 2.5 days straight, non-stop. And we're not talking about drizzles. We're talking about heavy downpour. And certain roads in Singapore got flooded. It was like continuous rain, right? Heavy downpour for 2.5 days. It's crazy. And the temperature dropped, right? We have an average temperature of 33 centigrade, and it dropped to about 21 at one time, the lowest point. Okay, Google. How much is 33 centigrade in Fahrenheit?
I understood 33 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Is that right?
Yes.
Here is some information from
No. Okay, Google.
90.
Okay, Google. How much is 33 centigrade? Oh, sorry. Okay, Google. How much is 33 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit?
Here is some information.
Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Good Lord. Okay, she doesn't know. Anyways, from 33 centigrade, 33 degrees centigrade, it dropped.
I'm listening. What's up?
No, it's okay. Stop listening.
Nothing's playing right now.
Okay, Google, stop. Good Lord. Okay, we're talking about 33 degrees centigrade. It went down to 21 degrees centigrade. So for us, it's a big plus. So it's crazy. Oh, hi, Peter. Oh, 0 degrees. Ah, cool. I love it. I love it when it's cold. The coldest I've been on was like the coldest place that I've been was in Inner Mongolia. It was like minus 32 degrees centigrade. Minus 32 degrees centigrade. It was fun. Yeah, Julio. It's always interesting to have conversations with Google and Siri. Yeah, sometimes they're just so funny and so dumb. So how you guys doing? Okay, so now I know that Julio, Ed, you're from the States. How about Roland? Roland, where are you from? So Peter, you're from the UK. Which part of UK, Peter? Oh, Colorado too. So you guys are all like, yeah, close to each other actually. So these are the couple of effects that we'll be featuring today. There are 3 units here from Nuix. In fact, we have 5. These are also from Nuix. Fact is, it's more than 5. There's another one, another 2 more somewhere. So we're gonna like take a look at this. Oh, you're in Surrey, Peter. Okay, cool. Never been there though. I've been to London, but not that part of town. Yeah. 0 degrees. Is it raining or what is clear weather over there, Peter, or is it raining? Hi, Andrew Cradell. How are you doing? Oh, this guitar has been hidden. Let me put this in the limelight a little bit. Couple more hidden away. Okay, wait. Later on. I'll show you guys later on. I see something. How are these Scafili? Thank you. Where you from, Waldy? So in the meantime, you guys check out our Harmony guitars. If you have your Chrome or whatever you're using as a browser, just check out Harmony guitars because we're gonna feature like 4 Harmony guitars tonight. I mean this morning. So just gonna take a sneak peek, maybe play a little bit and hear how it's like. But they're interesting guitars. They're not made from any parts of the world other than the good old USA. In fact, they are manufactured in Kalamazoo. Yeah, in Kalamazoo. So I just got them today. I want to thank Bang Lab from Singapore for passing these guitars to me for review. But I'll be probably doing a review of them starting from next week, I guess. So other than that, just wait for a couple more people come in, and I'm going to tell you guys what I'm up to. Something funny. I mean, it's not something funny. Something interesting and exciting for me. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. All right, Peter. So it's more like, hey, hi, John Thomas. Happy New Year to you. Where you from, John? Yeah, so Peter, I was saying, it's almost like the weather here. It's like always cloudy, and then you can just smell a hint of rain. It just stopped raining like a couple of minutes ago. It's crazy. You're from Uruguay? Ah, okay, cool. Oh, nice. Rambo. No, Rambo. John Rambo is from... Where is he from? John Rambo. If you guys follow the movies. Yeah. So you guys doing okay? Those of you in North America, you guys doing okay? Because it's been an eventful couple of days. Yeah? So I thought, this live stream would just take your mind off what's happening in the capital. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the capital at all tonight. We're just going to do something else to keep your mind, thoughts away from all those things that's happening. And then we have a couple of interesting products here. Some I think you guys have seen. Have you seen this? Hey, Scooter, how are you, buddy? Oh, sorry. Have you seen this before? All right, Ed. I hear you. I hear you. My thoughts are with you. I'm gonna pray for you guys in a little while. Yeah, all you guys in America. So we are watching. In Singapore, we are observing what is happening there. So in any case, like I said, I'm gonna take your mind away from this for a couple of hours. Now, so what's the story of this? This solderless patch cable kit. I have a couple here. These are sent to me from what company is this? IVU Creator. IVU Creator. Right. So they sent me all this because I'm on a quest. In any case, these are interesting products. These are like solderless patch cables as well as power supplies. That's interesting. This is like let's see if I can open this up. Do I need to cut it? I need to cut it? I just don't want to cut it because I don't think I will use this, but who knows now. You can see this. These are all like, yeah, these are all like power plugs for your effects, like your 9-volt effects, right? This is quite interesting because you don't need to solder anything. You can, there's cable provided for you. All you need to do is to cut them straight, not in an angle, straight, and then you can kind of like, I believe this product came out quite a long time ago, you know. I believe seeing some of this like long time ago. Anyway, my memory might be failing me, but you just cut straight, and then you can cut it to the length that you need for your train and for your pedal train, and then you just, it's cool. I thought the concept was pretty cool, and they sent me all this because I'm on a quest, which I'll tell you later on. Okay, good. All right, cool, Scooter. Trusting in the Lord. Yes, we always have to do that. See something, you're in New York City, trusting in the Lord too. Amen. Mirate, how are you, brother? Hi, Todd. Good morning. Hello to all brotherhood. I'm glad to see you guys here. Booty Win Bolger. Good evening. Where are you from, Booty Win? Let me guess. You're from Europe. Are you from Europe? Some part of Europe? I might be wrong. How are you doing, Todd? And Scooter, how are you doing? All good? And these are like patch cable, so the same concept. You know, you just cut your cable to the size that you want or to the length that you want, and then you stick right in, and then there's a screwdriver here, a small screwdriver, because there's a screw at the side to secure the cable, and you're good to go. So I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know whether it works well. So we'll see. Netherlands. I was right. Cool. Pretty darn good. Okay, Todd. I got a new Harley Benton review lineup soon. Oh, well, supposedly, but they haven't replied to my email yet, so I'm waiting for them. I requested for 3 guitars from them, but I'm still waiting for a reply. So they are pretty caught up, I guess, at the end of the year, all those Christmas presents and stuff like that. I guess their delivery was overwhelmed, right? So, yeah. Anyway, they told me that they can't say anything on during that period. They'll probably send some to me this month, but they haven't replied to my email, so I'm just waiting for them. Todd, yeah. Okay. How the heck? I'm not gonna wait for the rest of the guys, so just gonna tell you guys what my quest is all about. I'm building a pedal train. And the reason why I'm building a pedal train was because of the company Nuix. Now, I'm not going to sponsor them or like promote them extensively, but I have to say that they are really nice, especially this this guy who has been liaising with me. He's from Taiwan. His name is Monk, and they've been so nice to me because they kept on sending like stuff to me, the effects and everything for me to try out. And I must say that a lot of the effects that I've tried out so far has been pretty impressive. I'm not saying all of them are impressive, but quite a lot of them are impressive. Like, for example, the Matsasumi, the compressor, remember the white thing, the compressor, as well as the Nuex MG300, which I will get into it later. And then you have the Atlantic, the reverb and delay, and they also sent me a dual tone, which is like a killer delay unit. But the thing that they sent me, all these effects, they did one that kind of like blew me away was the studio. The solid studio, where it kind of emulate a power amp as well as cabinet, So I was thinking like, hey, I have all these effects here, all lined up here as well as here. I might as well build a pedal train, So I told him about it. Hey, hi Chris, thank you for the coffee. So I told him about it, and guess what? He sent me a pedal train. So he sent me this. Now this is a pedal train from Nuex. Alright. I'm just gonna bring this air conditioning down a little bit so you can hear me better. I hope you can hear me. And I'm gonna show you a little bit of what's inside. It's pretty interesting, This is a train by itself. Pretty neat unit. There you go. It's made of aluminium, but it's not that heavy. It weighs a little bit because it needs to be stable. It has that bumblebee kind of look, So it has space, I guess, for a couple of units, probably 3 of the big ones, And I'm just going to use like a couple of the big ones anyway. So probably the studio at the Atlantic and the Matsumi. These are the big ones that I'll be using. I'll probably need an overdrive unit. So I might be using one of these overdrive. Some of these are overdrives, and there's one analog delay and a analog chorus in there somewhere. So I might incorporate that in. And interesting, right? So with these cables, with this solderless patch cables, I can probably build something that I can use for simple gigs, or for like a fly rig, because it's simple to take. It also includes a couple of stuff here, like okay, this is a strap for the case. Good lord, Velcro, very important, and a couple of what is this? These are all like Allen keys. Oh, okay. So these are the brackets for you to kind of like hook up your wires and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Right. I mean, I'm like a kid in a candy store, because it's been a long time since I built a pedal board. The last one that I built was for my friend Jeffrey, if you don't recall. I built a pedal box, a pedal train for him, which consists of a lot of TC electronic stuff as well as other stuff. So it'd be interesting to build a pedal train that comprises mostly Nuex effects. Now the only thing I'm looking for right now is, which they don't have, which Nuex doesn't carry, is a equalization kind of pedal, like something to tone my guitar before anything else, so that when the guitar goes in flat to that studio, it's flat. There's no way to tone anything to it. You can add mid, you can add lows or highs. So I need something to be able that I'm able to kind of like maybe a graphics EQ or a parametric EQ in the pedal form, and that would be good. That's something that I'm looking at right now, so that I can kind of like complete this build of the pedal train. Cool. So yeah, the thing is that I'm trying to build one so that when I get to church, from my worship team, I could just leave the pedal train there and kind of leave it in church and not bring it back. Well, we'll see how it goes, see whether it works in the first place. Because I used to carry my Helix to church. At one time I was using the fly rig. Remember the fly rig? the NYC fry rig. Yeah, I used that for a while, and yeah, but after a while, I sold all away. I sold the first fry rig. I also sold the second one. So yeah, I mean, I'm devoid of any short term pedal board except for the New X, the New X 300, which incidentally I have in my hands the New X MG30. Okay, so this is the new illustration of the MG300, and I cannot show you guys how it looks like because this is still in shrink wrap, and I'm being instructed not to do anything until a certain date. So I'll be doing the review pretty soon, but I will only be releasing the review at a certain time because they haven't launched this yet. This is like more or less a prototype, and yeah, they passed it to me so that I can play around with it and see how it goes, and yeah, I'm supposed to like do a couple of patches for them. But all that is good, interesting, and exciting because I am really impressed with the new MG300. So the MG30 is an improvement of that multi effects board, and it's small. Look at it; it's really small. It has the same with the MG300. It has a expression pedal with 3 foot switches, but this time they include a additional optional foot switch where you have two more switches, and it's included in the package, I believe. I haven't opened up yet, so I wouldn't know what's inside. So that gives you even more options when you're playing live, and I think that's pretty cool. So we'll just be patient. I'm gonna take a run at it maybe next week, and see how it goes. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm yapping away. Hi, Alan. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Are you doing okay? Justin AR, ever try Larry Carlton? Yes, I know, Justin. I reached out to the people in who are doing the side guitars in Singapore, but yeah, it wasn't really conducive. So I did not follow up because they were asking me how much I charge for the reviews. I don't charge people for reviews, and if I were to charge anybody for reviews, it would probably be not really how should we say it's not going to be an integral part of the channel because the stuff that I review, if it's bad, it's bad. I'll have to say it is. In any case, if it's really bad, I probably would not review it at all. But I'm sure the side guitars are really good guitars, and because of the way they were dealing with this, I decided not to pursue the matter anymore unless I can get a used unit or a unit that belongs to a friend of mine. So yeah, I tried reaching out to Side Guitar directly, but no joy. So yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Justin. Mirate Nuex rocks, but I have an overdrive that sounds amazing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, sound is perfect. Oh, looks solid. Yeah. William Conway, how are you? From Maryland. Having a bad day, oh my good lord, how did it blow up? How did it blow up on you? It just stopped working, or? Hi Jack, how you doing, buddy? Hi Dominic. Hi Michael MC. Okay, I'm gonna answer like a couple of questions. Okay. What? Okay. Yeah, I'm not. It's okay, Justin. I'm not keeping my hopes up high because I understand that they have a business to run, and it's not often that they will send guitars out. But that being said, I have a guitar company. You probably seen it before. Corona guitars. Yeah, Corona guitars, and they're from Korea, right? They're from Korea. They're a Korean company, and they have they're sending a guitar to me. So. Interesting guitar, that is an interesting looking guitar. It's like a tally kind of thing with it's almost like the Harley Benton Fusion HHT. Remember one of my favorite guitars. Almost like that, but with I don't know. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, we'll wait. It's on its way here, and I want to thank Monk for introducing me to them. Monk is from New X. He's a cool guy. Oh, sorry. So where were we? Yeah. So William, tell me what happened to your pot go. Do you lodge your ticket uh, with Line 6? Michael MC, do you like any of the multiple effects units into the front of amp? Does your Langley have an effects loop? Oh, there's two questions. Uh, I don't play multi effects with an amp. You know, the way I use my Line 6 Helix is devoid of any amps of any sort. Okay, I'm going to tell you roughly how I patch my Line 6 Helix guitar to Line 6 out, because Line 6 has a XLR out, so it's directly out to the main house, which in turn will feed the signal to my Avion, my in-ear monitor system. And if I'm at a situation where I'm playing in a big stage, I will have a pair of stereo FR in front of me. And these are not loud. These are just enough for me to kind of like hear myself while I'm doing sound check, as well as getting a bit of feedback, looping with my pickups, so that I can have feedback, certain feedbacks if I want to. That's primarily the aim, and that's how I patch it out. There's no usage of amps, because amps tends to be very loud. So my dependence is upon my in-ear monitors, and that is really vital to me. Yeah. So regarding my Langley, there is an effects loop, in there, mostly for a time-based unit, and which is cool. Yeah. So if I were to run this amp, but now for me it's like, after being spoiled for choice by the Helix, like everything I'm hearing is in stereo, right? Even my crunch tone is in stereo, because I'm using bi-amps. I'm using two amps, one on the left, one on the right. And I'm so used to that spread, that hugeness of the sound, that I can't bear myself going back to a mono setup, like an amp. So when I'm playing live for my gigs, I will always request for a stereo, a sort of stereo setup for my in-ear monitors, so that I'm hearing everything in stereo. And that poses a bit of a problem to the front house, because the FOH soundman would have to decide, because most of the time I'll be having another guitarist. So sometimes the other guy will be going stereo too, because if you have stereo, why not, right? But the front of the house has to decide whether how to pan our guitars, and maybe who is the guitar one, for example, the one that takes a whole lot of solo, who actually commands a stereo space, which in every scenario is always different, because different songs. So most of the time the soundman would do like guitar one, instead of doing stereo, they will have it somewhere like that, and then the guitar two will be the same thing, on the mirror end, and that's probably good enough, so that when you're on stage, when you're in the audience, you can actually hear the two guitars coming out in different positions. And that's as far as we can go, unless I'm playing in a band where I'm the only sole guitarist, and then you can spread me out, all you want, and that is really good, because I have certain patches that kind of fill up the whole space with my delays and chorus, and I use multiple chorus at times, so some of the reverbs are really nice in the Helix, so that fills up a lot of space, and that's great, especially in church. I do that in church, and I guess church, for church worship music, you have this this opportunity to kind of like spread out your sound in a way that's nice. What's this? Alright. So in any case, since Chris just bought me coffee, there is a super chat and a super sticker. Yeah, so if you want to buy me coffee, just click on it. Yeah, and I'll appreciate it a whole lot. And smash that like button, because there are 35 of you guys here. There's only 18 likes, so it matters to us, right? For us YouTubers. So hit that like button, right? Okay, so Ed Malone, what's the question, buddy? Feature-wise, is it comparable to the Eventide H9? What is comparable? Ed, what is comparable? Kind of lost you there at Malone. what is comparable to the Eventide H9? Dominic, hi Jonathan, could you please suggest a basic multi-effects pedal box? Okay, something simple to use, more for pedal effects than the amp simulation. I have a Zoom G1 XON. Okay, so if you're gonna use it with an amp, which Nuix, Ed? Which Nuix? Are you talking about the home multi-effects or the time delay unit? Anyway, come back to you, Dom. Or you could try the Cerebus from Nuix, and they're not expensive at all. You know, you have one distortion and one overdrive, and then you have the choruses and tremolo and delay all into one unit, which is really nice. And I kind of like that unit because it's well built, and there's certain things you can do with it. And there's even, not mistaken, IRs for cap simulation if you need, but you're not gonna need it because you're gonna play with amp, right? And there's even what you call it, a way for you to hook up it in the hook up to it in a 4 cable method, right? So meaning you can have your time-based unit into your effects loop, send and return in your amps. Oh, okay. No. This is more. Okay, I'm talking to you, Ed. This is not like the H9, the Eventide. This is like an improvement over the MG300. So it's like a I wouldn't want to compare it to the HS Storm because the HS Storm has a lot of DSP power. This has enough. This is almost like a Port Go in a smaller format, but they managed to stuff a whole lot of stuff inside. So this information is readily available in the Nuix website anyway. So I'm going to read out to you. Okay, so you have all the effects. You know, you have the amp and the cap simulation. You have a 4-inch 800 480 color LCD screen, which is kind of big, right? So you have IRs. What else you have? Okay, I have amp modelers. You have capability of USB recording. Yeah, so it comes in with the editor, which is really useful. So in case you guys are wondering, just take a look at my MG300 review. And it's really small. It's like it's really small. It's like, and it has 32-bit DSP. All right. What else do you have here? Is that all? Okay. Yeah. So. All right. Yeah, so it has a looper in it. I believe the same as the MG300. You have a, what you call it, a drum machine too. So this is more like well, okay. Let me put it this way. The MG300 is more like a tool for you to kind of like figure stuff out at home, you know, in doing your practice and whatever regimens that you want. And there's a drum machine, so you can actually play with your drum machine and get your timing on. This is an improvement over that because this gives you the capability of doing of using this pedal live, and that's what I like about it. So it's not going to be as conducive, or no, sorry, it's not going to be as comprehensible as the what you call it, the Helix Port Go or the Helix Line 6 Helix, because those are really, like, you know, they are like another level. This cannot be compared to the Kemper. I do not know about the H9, the Eventide H9, because I haven't take a look at it. Maybe in the future I will try to hook up to the guys who are doing Eventide in Singapore. I used to know the guy who does that, but I don't know where is he still doing that. In any case, I digress. So yeah, so the possibility of using it live, that's the thing that gets me excited. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, okay, William. The Port Go stopped working and is stuck in the WAR mode instead. Oh my. So it's a hardware problem. Okay, we have a couple of situations where even the Helix have problems with this, where the expression pedal doesn't go back to zero, total zero, because they will come back to maybe about 10% or 20. Some is bad as 20%. It doesn't go to a total now, and these are some of the problems that that some Helix users have experienced. This is mostly software problem. But if you can't switch back to volume even when you're doing the toe thing, then it could be a hardware problem. So yeah, I would advise you to contact line 6, and get a replacement going. Barretto's family. How are you, Barretto? How is that Schecter Nick Johnson holding up? Any thoughts? Well, it's back to the shop because I only had it for a review. I didn't buy the guitar, even though it was really nice. It's a great guitar. If you're looking for a Strat, then that would be something to look at. Hi, Dave T. Okay. Ed Malone, I thought that was what is in the unopened box you showed. I think I misunderstood. Oh, no. Hi, Mark Felton. Hi, Jonathan. Hope you're well. Any thought on the NDSP Quad Cortex? I only one thought. It's expensive, and I don't know when I'm going to get my hands on it. Nobody's doing it here. Nobody's bringing it here in Singapore, so we'll see how it goes. I heard a lot of hype about it, so we'll see how it goes. The fact is, I actually have a AX3 in the living room. It's a rack mounted effect. I thought, when David's guitar passed me, I thought it was like on a floorboard, but it wasn't. It was a rack mounted effect, which I have no intention of reviewing because first place I don't have the space to kind of show you guys properly what it is. And it's basically the same as the AXE floorboard. So I'm waiting for a chance to maybe wait for the next version of the floorboard, and we'll see how it goes. Jack Collins, Jonathan, I'm in love with that blue tally that you were playing in that video. Which blue tally? Which blue tally, Jack? Wait. I'm trying. There's been so many guitars, I'm trying to like remember which blue tallies. Which blue tally you talking about? Thank you, Bojuin. Thank you for reminding them to like the stream. Buskers TV. I'm having a hard decision time. I'm down to the new Epiphone 50s, Go Top, and the new Epiphone 1959. Specs a little better on the 59s, but I cry after my Go Top that got stolen. Not such a Sunburst fan. Well, go where your heart is asking you to go. If I were you, I used to be, I used to crave for a classic, a Les Paul classic, and I bided my time. I waited until someone wanted to sell it, and I bought it, and I didn't have any regrets. So my thing is that if your heart is going after a Gold Top, go for it. It doesn't matter where the other guitar is better specs, because you might not want to pick it up to play. And the Gold Top, once you see the Gold Top, you would pick it up, and So guess what? Which guitar is a better value for money? The one that you are playing often. Chris, speaking of Eventide, I own a suite of their softwares. I must say, using the Ultra harmonizers. Okay. Well, I use the Eventide harmonizers in the studio back in the days, and they're great. I love Eventide effects. Somehow they're just different. They make really good. Even the multi effects board that they have, which I remember I played a gig about 10 over years ago with a Taiwanese guitarist. His name is Xiao Jiang. He's really good, and he's actually been endorsed by Eventide. So he uses that floorboard, that multi. I forgot the name for that. I was really impressed with the floorboard, but I wasn't impressed with the distortion sound, because their Eventides are really good at time-based effects, but they still have a lot I don't know about now. Maybe now they've improved tremendously, but back then, the distortion sound just didn't get me. It wasn't there yet. Right? All right, Dom, you go check it out. Sure, William, anytime. Paulino. Hi, Jonathan. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Paulino. Hi, David Askin. Hope you're doing fine. And LaBelle, hey John, it's been really busy with work, so I haven't been able to join. No worries, man. Yeah, join when you can. Silvio, all good? Yes, all good. Where are you from, Silvio? Brazil? Richard Burden. Hey, that's a nice name. Hi, Jonathan from Canada. I really enjoy your channel and your playing. You're feeling my growing appreciation for GNL. I'm feeding, okay. You're growing appreciation for GNL guitars. What's your number one guitar? My number one guitar would have to be, right now, at this moment, would be my Fender Stratocaster, my made in Japan 50s traditional Stratocasters, which are is up there with my GNL Comanche. Yeah, it's about on par. And then it'll come to the Blues Boys, the GNL Blues Boys. Yeah, the Blues Boy, not the Blues Boys, the Blues Boy. Yeah, so that will be the next one, and then subsequently the Luke, the Music Man Luke, and as well as my my Harley Benton HHT, the Fusion HHT. Okay, see something, John. Do you still have your GNL A-set tally? No, I don't. I never did own an A-set tally. I only have the A-set Blues Boy. The A-set tallies and some of the GNL guitars that you've seen me playing on the reviews, they don't belong to me. I'm not that rich. I don't even have a big house like some of you guys. Some of you guys are staying in palaces compared to my humble abode. Yeah, I don't have space for that. Like today in the living room, in my living room, I have like 9 guitars out there. Because there are 4 or 5 that is supposed to go back to David's guitar, but I'll have to wait till tomorrow. But in the meantime, these 4 harmony guitars came in, so I'm like swamped. Yeah. Dave T, I have the MG 300. Where are you now? Oh my good lord, where's everything? Okay, I have the MG 300, and as John says, it's a lot of fun, easy to use. But I use Imperial whole tone for live, which I think may compare to the MG 30. Yeah, we'll see, because I've reviewed the Imperial. I liked it, but in terms of sound, well, I'm gonna say as it is. In terms of sound, I still prefer the MG 300. Like I told you guys before, I tend to look back on my reviews at times just to get a refresher, especially when I'm doing this MG30 review soon. I have to remember what is it like playing on the MG300, and I was really impressed with the MG300. And the sound I was able to get. It's really organic, and I was really surprised. So, yeah, I always thought that the MG300 had better sounding amp simulation than the Emperor. The Emperor has everything going for them. The touch screen and the various functions that they have. But when I had that unit, it was in the rawest form, because there wasn't any. There was an update. There was a couple of updates, but it was a bit clunky in a way, because I couldn't get the loop to sync on time with in time with the drums. So there were some of the drawbacks, but other than that, the pedal is well built, and yeah, like what you said, it's good for live work. But in terms of sound, like I said, I still prefer the New X. Yeah. All right. So okay. Good lord. Where are we now? Dave T. I think both units have great software. Yeah. Okay. They do. Yeah. Silvio, Portugal. Okay. So you're from Portugal. Cool. All right, Silvio. Hola. Chris, the Schecter, the blue Schecter. Okay. Yeah, that's a great guitar. Yeah. Who was asking about? Dave? Was it Dave? Jack. It was Jack. Okay, so Jack, you were talking about a Blue Schecter. It's a great guitar. It sounds like, well, it plays like a tele, actually. Yeah, and you can actually get like a sort of a tele sound because the humbuckers are not really like, how should we call it? Too warm sounding. They're pretty bright, so you can actually get away with some of the tele sounds with the guitar. Nice. It's nice. I like the guitar. I waited till my scooter. I waited till Epiphone made that classic Les Paul. Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. But you know my experiences with Epiphone. I'm not really a fan of Epiphone guitars. No, not really. Unless you're talking about a Sheraton, which I think is a great guitar. You know. But there are versions of like Les Pauls, especially the SG. Oh man, I was so disappointed with the version of the SG. Yeah, it was horrible. Maybe I was playing a bad unit, you know. Hi Ronnie, I see you're way behind answering the comment. So just don't bother reading this comment because it's a short comment, and that way you won't waste time. How are you, Ronnie? I gotta tell you, you are worth 2 psychiatrists anytime because you just put joy into me every time you have your I'm not gonna say stupid remark, your crazy remarks, you know, and they always put a smile on my face. How are you, Ronnie? How are you doing? Buskers, I used to have a nice. You saw it, I guess, yeah. Don't you just love snark tuners? I got one better. I got this which Nuex sent me, but this is not from Nuex, I guess. This is from another brand. Oh, it is from Nuex. This is the Cherub. So this is a Nuex tuner. Wait, why am I not able to? Okay, so this is the wrong one. Yeah, so cool. And the thing about this, it doesn't run on those, you know, those small little coin-like batteries. These are like rechargeable. Yep, rechargeable. So cool. And it's pretty accurate. Richard Byrne, yeah, you're welcome. Barreto family, what are your thoughts on the Nick Johnston Schecter Strat? I love it. Both Strats from Nick Johnston's are really exceptional guitars. The one with the single humbucker and the single. I love both of them. The reason why I chose the one with the single because I thought, well, number one, the color scheme, and number two, the sound of the single coils. They're really nice. But the one with the single humbuckers are just a rock. It's like a super Strat. You know, it's a great guitar. Scooter, what does the wife have to say about all the guitars in the living room? Well, she got used to it. Yeah, she got used to it. So we had a fun time talking about. Remember the Enya guitar that I bought, the T10. So I really wanted a guitar so much. I think I shared this with you guys on the last stream. That I told her, like, look, honey, this is the only guitar that I bought for year 2020. And she actually believed me. So, but later on, I confessed to her that I think I was mistaken because the Enya T10 was the third guitar I bought in the year 2020. I actually bought the D35 at the beginning of the year, pre-COVID, and then during the COVID section, I bought the LTD Viper, the SG looking guitar, and then the Enya. So I bought 3 guitars last year. She's used to it. She's a sweetheart, you know. That's the reason why I love her so much. Paulino, waiting to see the review. Yeah, you have to wait because they are trying to time everything for the release of the product, which will probably be early this February, you know, or mid-February. We'll see. We'll get there. Giuseppe. Hi Jonathan, my black pastry is finally arrived. I think I'll change pickups for Seymour Duncan like yours. The one at Bridge is really crispy. Too bright. Yeah. Because Giuseppe is very bright. So you might, it's a good guitar. You know, it's easy to play. You know, it's not really hard and nice tone, but you need to change your pickups. You know. Busker, I have a beautiful GNL Comanche from 1998 in orange flare. It was the showpiece of the 1999. Oh, you're selling that? Even the 2020 inspired by Gibson? No, 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 no. No, no. I'm not gonna buy another Gibson guitar. Period. After the fiasco that they created, I'm not gonna buy any Gibson guitars. Dave T guitar with I have a few LPs, and one is a studio model with chambered body, which helps. Has anyone tried a Taylor T5Z? I love my Taylor super light and very versatile pickup selection. Can't help you there. Ooh. What is this? Okay, gonna show you this guitar. Okay, since you guys are all here right now, I have 39 people. I have 31 likes. So 9 of you out there, please hit the like button if you can. So the first one up. This is a. What is this? This is a. Okay, these are harmony guitars. Okay, they are American made. They are made in Kalamazoo. This is a Rebel. This model is a Rebel. Looks a bit like the Red Star, right? This shape looks a bit like the Yamaha Red Star, but this is very different. And okay, the thing that you're looking for now is the humbuckers. Check out the pickups. Okay, it has little grills on it. It has a grill plate on it, which is so cool, right? And it doesn't feature a tremolo system. This is like a sort of a, a tree bridge, the normal Telecaster kind of bridge. Nice. And string true. And this is in Olympic white or something, right? It's white. So it says here, proudly made in the USA. Okay, I'm gonna call up the specs here. In case you guys are interested, you might just want to check out the guitars in their site, the Harmony website. It's called Harmony Guitars. Okay, I'm gonna call out the specs for you. So let's see. So this guitar, this Rebel, is mahogany. Body mahogany. So all these are all mahogany. It's pretty thin though. And it has that kind of like a what you call it, the body contour, yeah, which is really comfortable. Interesting. So mahogany guitar. Now the neck. What's the neck? Mahogany too. So the neck is also mahogany, and these are with the nitrocelluloid finish. So it's not glossy. It's kind of like flat. Real smooth, right? And then fretboard is ebony. So you can focus. This is ebony fretboard, right? But it's a pickup. The pickup is really cool. I was like taken by the pickups, and white knobs, which is so retro. This is like. And a three-way switch, and there's no push pull, nothing, and you have lock-in tuners. I don't know where these lock-in tuners are from, but nice lock-in tuners. Can you see this? Yeah, lock-in tuners. I've never heard of harmony guitars. Just gonna play this a little bit and see. What else do you have? Okay, for electronics, you have an orange drop capacitor in it. So, what else? Oh, it comes with a mono case, a soft case. Right. Nut width is 1 and 11/16 inch. Right. This is a C profile. Cool. So this color is this color? This is not. This is a burgundy. Why is this a burgundy? Let's see now. My dog is calling me. Yeah. So I don't know what color is this. This is. It doesn't matter. Okay, just gonna play a little bit and hear how it sounds like. Ronnie, I have an Epiphone SG once and sent it back. Everything on it was loose. Pickup tried to fall out as they were loose too. Sounded bad, and even though SGs can have neck dive, that one dived really bad. Yeah, see? So Ronnie agrees with me. Hi, Jonathan. You find the Yamaha Red Stars are strangely balanced? No. I played it live during one of the live stream. It was okay. Yeah, it sounded okay. Do I have sound for this? I do have. I do. Okay, let's go for a clean sound. Hear how it sounds like clean. Nice. I like it. So let's try a little bit heavier sounding effects and see. It's going out of tune. So yeah. So this is the what's this again? Short-term memory loss. Rebel. This is the Rebel model. Nice. Okay, the neck. Even though this is totaled as a C neck, it's a bit thicker than the normal Slim C. Yeah. Strings are new because they sent it to me this afternoon, so they had it set up. Had to change the strings and everything. Nice sounding guitar. Let's hear how it sounds like with some of the effects. With some reverb. Oh no, with some. So the output is pretty high for the last pickup because you can kind of break up if you really play it hard. Nice. I like this guitar. I like this Rebel. This is a good sounding guitar. Right, so hang it up here for a while. Nice. I'll keep a mental note on this. I don't know how much it costs, so we're gonna see how much it costs later on. Okay, so where are you from? So I have missed out a whole lot. Hi, Leon. How are you? Shalom. 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 Yeah, shalom. Chris Lau. Hey, hi, Chris. Hi, Jonathan. Do you find... Okay, I answered your question. So, Coranzo Galileo. Hey, come sta? My favorite scale. Major. Major Ionian scale, major scale. Everything for me is major scale, but there are of course a different. I will do like different takes on it because I am a very pragmatic guy. In case you don't know by now, meaning I don't try to think too much. So I try not to think too much so that when I'm playing, I don't think too much. I'll let my heart kind of guide me into what I'm supposed to play. But if I start thinking of like scales and and stuff like that, it's gonna screw me up big time, and then I will not be able to interpret it. I had a hard time. There was a period of time where I'm trying to learn all the modes and all that, which I did, and that helped me a lot. Like the various modes that you have, the Dorians and the Mixolydians and the Locrian and all that. It does help me in playing, but after a while you kind of learn all that, and then you kind of like unlearn it so that you can just play with what you're hearing in your ears, especially when you're listening to a passage of music. The phrases that you're going to play, it has to come from your heart and not from your head, because if it comes from your head, people can tell it's coming from your head. And yeah, so my favorite scale is still the major scale, because I approach everything in the major scale, even the minor scale that you're talking about, the minor 7 scale or the dominant whatever you think about. I always approach it as a major scale. So I will change certain notes because of the way the phrasing of the way I want the phrasing to be, all because of the chord changes. So this is how I, it's a bit it's a bit how should you call it, tedious if you're not really into it. But for me, I've because I've grown accustomed to playing on sessions that when the producer will put a piece of music in front of me and I have my charts, and I'll be reading my charts as well as listening to music, but I'll try to not to listen to, or rather not to be too focused on the charts and just listen to the music. So the chart is a way for me to, it's a roadmap for me to know, okay, I'm going to do this, the chords, I'm going to do this chords and all that. But the rest of the interpretation is really up to you. So that's what the producer wants me for, because they wanted my interpretation of the piece of music. So that's how I've been working for the longest time. I hope that helps you. All right. Rich Samal, what was my favorite acoustic and electric guitar? I don't know. There's so many. Yeah, I've been through a lot. My favorite right now for acoustic is probably the Martins. Yeah, the Martins D35, the Martins D18. Those are my favorite. I have a new favorite right now, the Enya, which I think is a great guitar, the T10. For as far as electric, I have a lot. I have a lot of favorites. I like Strats, basically. I like Stratocasters because I believe one of you guys actually, I don't know whether that person is here in the stream, but he wrote me a message. He says the way I approach my tremolo arm is like it's a separate instrument, which it is. So I like guitars with tremolo arms. So whether you have a Gibson Les Paul with a Fried Rose, doesn't matter, or you have a Stratocaster, or in this case of the Harley Benton Fusion HHT, which is basically a tally-shaped guitar with 2 humbuckers and a tremolo arm, and I need a good tremolo system. So I'm always looking for a good tremolo, which I found it, the holy grail of all tremolo system, which is the Vegatrem, which I swear about it. I mean, I think that's one of the best tremolo system I played, other than the dual Fulcrum that came in stock from with the GNL guitars. Those are really great tremolo systems too. I tried the Res. I tried the what's the one everybody uses. Man, the name just escaped me. What's the one that everybody uses? Come on, help me out, guys. What's the one that is on most of the Harley Benton guitars? Anyway, yeah. So that, yeah. So those are nice tremolo systems, but I like a system that I can be very musical with. So yeah, the tremolo arm is really important to me. Alright, so where are you guys now? Oh man. Okay, Paulino, I just bought an old standard USA Strat outer body maple neck HSS with Seymour Duncan's jetpack at the bridge in Texas special neck. Well, that's good. I was looking forward also for a brand new Schecter NG. What do you think? We just bought a old. That is okay. I mean, that's a great sounding guitar, I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So if you're looking for a brand new, if you're looking something similar to what you have, then you can go for the single humbucker. But if you're looking for something different, which I would advise you to get something different, which is the single, then get the orange one that I reviewed. That's a great guitar. Always Rock. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Where you from, Always Rock? Justin, the volume knob looks like cheap plastic, but who cares? I guess. No, it looks good. It looks like there's a retro look to it. Yeah. Leon, just until when you'll be live because I think I'll also for family sabbat meal for like one. No, I'll be around for a couple hours, I guess, until 3:30. Yeah, 3:30, maybe 4. I don't know. It depends on whether my throat can last that long. Richard Byrne, I'm looking to buy my first G&L. I have a US Strat, it's jumbo frets, oh nice. Then I find difficult, to play in tune. Oh, I also have a made in Japan tally from the 80s that I love. Should I save up or go tribute? Save up. Save up and go for the Floating Deluxe. You will not regret it. Yes. H. Lau. Oh, hi. You're from Florida? Cool. Justin AR, 1,000. Okay. $1,299 on Musician's Friend. Expensive. For that, you could get a nice Les Paul use. Okay. Or SG. What's that? The 1,299. Is that for this? For the Rebel? Dave T, nice tone, John. Yeah. No, the guitar is all about the guitar. The guitar sounds good. I like the pickups. The pickups are really different. They don't actually sound like humbuckers. They're meant to be humbuckers, I guess. It's stated on the website that they're humbuckers, but they don't sound like humbuckers. See something question, not guitar related. What camera are you using for the live stream? I'm using the same camera that I use for my videos. This is the Sony A6400. Yeah. Okay. Boyster. Hi Jonathan. Shout out, please. Boyster, love your content. Hi. How are you? Where are you from, Boyster? Richard Byrne, I thought they use the same USA pickups and hardware for both. They do. I'm not talking about the pickups. The pickups are all the same, but I'm not sure about electronics that is in use with the Tribute. I'm just hoping. I'm thinking that it's the same. The only difference is the wood, the quality of the wood that has been used, and in general, the workmanship and everything. I find that the Floating Deluxe are easier guitars to play and hold. Because I play a lot of the tributes. They're okay. Certain tributes are really nice. I especially like the Blues Boy, the tribute, the one with the natural color. But even that is kind of like very different from the Floating Deluxe because it's been body contoured. The Floating Deluxe have body contour to it, so it's a bit easier to hold and to play. And the workmanship, the general workmanship is better. Is my and I think they use polished bone for the Floating Deluxe, and it's more like a rough looking kind of bone like material on the Tribute. So go figure. I mean, the Tribute costs like half the price of, maybe more than half the price of a Floating Deluxe. So there is bound to be some something to give. Something has to give. So they're gonna cut down on some of the cost of the materials, right? The level of on the pick, what you're hearing more of the Paulino, I don't understand. You're hearing what are you hearing? In any case, that sounds great. Put a snark on it. Super cheap LP, check out Harley Benton. Yeah, friends guys, okay, yeah, right. I actually requested, Dave, requested for a SC550, if I'm not mistaken, the HP, but like I said, they're not answering my email, so. Hi Orion, how are you? Are you doing okay? Who's the local dealer of Harmony guitars in Singapore? The pickups remind me of a Bitchy Grill. Yeah, it does. Sweetie. These guitars are provided by BandLab, which is a subsidiary of Sweetie. So it's been distributed by Sweetie in Singapore. Hi Jesse. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. You're in time. Busker, the sound was fantastic just now as you played. You put me away for a few minutes. Do you find yourself lost in the same scale, just can't get out of it? No, no. I find I think my biggest struggle is to repeat myself at times, because there are certain things that you will always play, and I find that that's not just me. A lot of guitar players I hear have the same problem. So we tend to repeat ourselves multiple times, and that is something that I'm trying to work my way out. But it takes a lot of focus, a lot of energy to kind of like not repeat yourself. But sometimes repeating yourself is a way to go. You know, you can repeat a certain phrase so that you can get a sort of a motive going on. Yeah, that's the only thing. Ghost Winters, wow. Evening, I just joined. Hope you're having a good stream and you are well. Yes, I am. Where are you from, Ghost Winters? Julio, music is the language of the heart and soul. Amen to that. Sounds good, Uncle John. Thank you. Orient Quest, Luke. Yes, the Luke. Busker TV, Yamaha FG from the 70s. FG 180 is a dream. Yes, Scooter. Thank you. Wilkinson. Yeah, the Wilkinson bridge are really nice. All right. I have the Wilkinson bridge on my other Japanese Strat, which I love. I'm not going to change that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right. But after installing the Vega Tram, it's like the Vega Tram is like right up there. Yeah. David Eskin, jump back on. I just bought a 1965 Mint Fender Jack. Whoa. How much you pay for it, David Eskin? Christopher, okay, with Japanese Yamaha, right? Hi, Patrick. How are you? See something regarding the GNL or Tribute. Was the bridge setup was the bridge pickup more humbucking sound than the single coil? I don't get you. Which Tribute you're talking about? Which model? See something. Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, I'm mistaking you the other Andrew Cordell. So you're Andrew Awaken. Yeah. Gonna share a joke with you. I heard someone say online. Please do. Try this now. You're gonna try this now. This is the Juno. Okay, I'm gonna call up the information for this. This model is called the Juno. Let's see. Andrew, if you thought 2020 was bad, just wait and see now that I have turned 2021 and it's all enough to drink. Oh yeah. Well, that's funny. Okay, so this is a Juno, and what color is this? This is like gold. And what pickups are this? These are like champagne. Sorry, this is champagne color. And check this out. This is actually a P90, but it has the same grill as the humbucker that you saw just now. These are P90s. Pretty cool. So this is champagne color. It's like a mini Les Paul. Really nice. These are interesting guitars, anyway, same thing, the Ebony Fretboard. So this has a fret radius of 12-inch. Yeah, it feels the same shape. It's like a C shape. This is like a traditional C shape, not a slim C. Mahogany, I guess. Yeah, all mahogany, bone nut, 25-inch length, scale length. What else do you have? Custom Gold Foil P90s for neck and bridge. 3-way toggle switch. Also has a a orange drop capacitor. Now this has a pull switch, push-pull. Wait a minute, it's only one knob. So what happened to the tone knob? Let me see now. This is interesting. Custom cut cake switch. Yeah, okay. So why do you have a push-pull? Master volume push pull. Okay, let's check this out. What in the world is happening here? Let's tune this guitar a bit. What am I putting this up for? Okay. Now the thing I noticed about the Rebel, you know, for the headstock, it's kind of like slanted back down a little bit, almost like the Les Paul, which could be a bit worrying if this guitar was to fall on its case or on the side. You know, it might just snap the neck off. Ooh. A bit dead sounding strings. It's so weird. I don't get it. So okay, so this is the normal, this is down. Right? So this is the normal sound, which is a bit bright. But then when I pull, it becomes really muffled. So I don't understand this. What's the point? Real weird. Okay, just gonna play a bit. Yeah, this from Harmony Guitars. Okay, so 60 cycle hum. Yeah, 60 cycle hum is a problem with this guitar because of the P90s. So if you're gonna have it in a high gain, you're gonna have like 60 cycle hum. Can you hear that? Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I like the tone of the P90s. But I guess on the clean, it sounds really good too. Especially the bridge pickup. Oh, horribly out of tune. Sorry. Yeah, so the bridge pickup is pretty. And if I add a little bit of dirt. Nice. Okay, this pickup is really good because I can hear the certain harmonics that comes out. I've been playing a whole lot of guitar this couple of days, so this is how my fingertips look right now. So the little grooves in it are because of the calluses, so sometimes it gets stuck in between the strings. Patrick, curious? Well, the police is at the doors, but I'm just ignoring them. I'm serious, the police is at the door. You know how I know? You know how I know the police is at the door? Well, I'll tell you how I know. I can see the lights. I got this effects here that's like super funny. Alright, so the police is at the door. Okay, let's not go there. Let's do something else. Yeah, okay, it's pretty bright. Alright, it's okay. Interesting guitar. This is an interesting guitar, but I still like the Rebel. Somehow the Rebel sounds a little better, but I'm not giving this a bad rating because I think the P90s are really nice. Well, apart from the fact they're pretty noisy when it's on a high gain, but yeah, kind of like the P90s. Two more. One is a weird one, and the other one is somewhere behind my chair, which I will show you later on. No, it's not in my. It's up there. It's up here. I will get there. Night is still young. Okay, so where were we? Wilkerson Bridge. What you call it? Where are we now? Okay. Andrew Awaken, Happy New Year. Yeah, okay. Oh, you told me the joke. It's funny. Uh, Arnor Akaya. Okay. Do you have a Dan Electro? No, I do not have a Dan Electro. Sorry. Yeah, I was going to say champagne. Swiss, yeah. Swiss, yeah. Okay, just another reminder. Look, if you guys want to help me along in this channel, there's two ways the two ways to go about it. One, of course, is the super chat and super coupon where you can buy me just a cup of coffee. Well, that's yeah, it's just kind of help me buy some guitar picks and guitar strings. And the other way is to be a part of the Patreon, which some of you guys are already part of the Patreon. So that's really helpful for me. Yeah. So no obligation. Okay. Thank you, Chris. I hear that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out because I'm not hearing like the whole sound from the Helix. So you're probably gonna hear some clean signal there, but yeah, it is what it is. Just take out one side of it. I try to try my heart. I'm trying my darndest to cut down that clean signal, but apparently no joy. I don't know what's going on. So I'll try to troubleshoot it again. Yeah. Any case, string might been stuck in the net. Yeah, that always happens. I like the cross between. Yeah, it's nice. I would have to get used to the old unbalanced shape of the body. I guess they're trying to stay away from the Les Paul shape. Yeah, right. Ghost Winters, I'm from England. Also, quick question. I feel like I can't progress any further with my playing and that I need a tutor, but I can't really afford it, and YouTube videos don't help. Well, you probably need a sort of a mentor in your situation, because if you find that you're not learning anything from the YouTube videos, you're probably either watching the wrong YouTube videos or you are not how should we call it, responding well to that format. There are a lot of great guitar videos, instructional videos on YouTube. I've seen a couple of them and they're really good, done by good teachers, but a lot of them has a sort of a catch to it. You have to pay for the lessons and stuff like that. So you can't possibly get anything or everything from a instructor in YouTube. What I would recommend you to have is probably to get a mentor, a physical teacher who you respect and who is able to kind of teach you in person, because learning from YouTube, you can only go that far. Yeah. So yeah, something to consider. But I guess the best way to do to really improve when you're playing, like I've said many times in this channel, especially in the live stream, is to listen to songs and listen. The way you're listening to the songs is very important, because we tend to listen to music these days as a very fragrant, very how should we say, easy way of listening to, because we don't actually listen to the production value of the music anymore. We just listen to it and then we just forget about it. And these days, people will not buy an album; they will buy just a song. So I've gone on and on about this, so I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to sound like an old man. But for your case, I'm just going to tell you, like, listen to music, a whole lot of music, if you can get your hands on. Bruce, what was this? Bruce Brooks, probably a different tone capacitor. Brian K, hi Jonathan. Have you had any experience with FR speakers to pair up with a digital effect unit? In my case, a Line 6 Pod Go. Yeah, there are a couple of FR speakers from Line 6 itself, or there are a couple from, not mistaken, what's the brand? It's very famous. You have that too. So basically, you don't have to get a specific FR speaker. You can just get a flat response, cell powered monitor speakers, stage monitors, that will work. So even if I get a pair of stage monitors, power stage monitors, all I have to do is just put everything flat, don't touch the tone control, and just FR. But most of these stage monitors have toning to it. Right? There's certain like leaning towards high frequency, because it's for stage monitors. Singers and musicians tend to get a bit deaf on higher frequencies. But you can always get past that if you want to. And FR is the way to go, but they're not cheap, Fender 67, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Where are you from, Fender 67? The Flick, great, Jonathan, loving the stream as usual. Neo Collective, Jonathan, do you try feeling the fingertips with a nail? Filing, okay, filing. Helps me when they get problem. Right? What I do is I clip off, when stuff coming out, I just clip it off. But that is bad because sometimes you create like real grooves. Like you create grooves around, and it gets caught up. But it's just a matter of time before you fill up again, so it's pretty fast. Fender, do you play the Langley amp? Yes, I do, occasionally. The overdrive tone quite nice. Okay, good night, Patrick. TN Valley Yoga. Okay, I just received my GNL Legacy based on Jonathan's suggestion. It's great. Which one do you get? You got the Tribute or the Fullerton Deluxe? Andrew B. Balog. Hi, Jonathan. Greetings from Transylvania. Good evening. Have you tried Yamaha RevStar? RSP20C or made in Japan? No. Oh, that's the one that I actually asked Yamaha about, and they didn't come back to me. Yeah, so I'm not going to try again. I actually like Yamaha guitars, especially the RevStar. So yeah, I'm going to try again. But in the meantime, if you guys, if you feel like buying one, Andrew, go for it. I think they're great guitars. They look good too. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to troubleshoot what this thing is all about. Why is it coming? So you guys are hearing like one side clean and the other side is the full Helix sound, right? I wonder why is it happening? It's not because of the microphone. It's because nothing is being picked up by them. Oh, maybe something is being picked up by the phones. Okay, I'm talking to myself, so don't mind me. No, nothing is being picked up by the mic. Strange. Okay, I'm gonna cut this out. Okay, wait. This is control room. No. Q outside mix. HP line 3/4. Yeah. Hold on a second. We're gonna try one more guitar and see what happens. Because this is bugging me for a while, and I didn't have time to kind of troubleshoot this. But since you guys are here, you can help me out. Okay, tell me, what do you guys hear? Do you guys hear like a clean signal on one end and the distortion signal in a separate kind of mix, or do you just hear like all distortion? So talk to me, baby. What do you hear? No? So you're just hearing the distortion sound, right? Did I solve the problem? Hope so. So you're just hearing the distortion sound. No, there's no clean sound coming out. Okay, so you guys are telling me what I want to hear. All right. Okay, I'll come back and check on this because I noticed that I have some clean sound coming out on my past stream. All distortion. Cool. Thank you, Busker. Just to confirm, I'm gonna play a bit. Wait, so you hear both? Andrew, okay, I'm gonna play again, so you just let me know. It's all good? Okay, I'll tell you what, give me a couple of minutes, or well, a couple of seconds. I'm going to listen to the playback. It's all good? I'm hearing the clean signal too. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening here. Probably something to do in my configuration. Let me see now. What can I do about this? So universal thunderbolt. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. I tell you what, I'm gonna troubleshoot this later on. I don't know where I can fix this or not. I hope I can. Or something to do with the Q output, I guess. 3/4 HP. What is this? Yep, so it's still happening. Yeah. Anyway, so unprocessed. Yeah, you're right, Peter. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I know James, but because I'm running through the Apollo twin, I always had problem with this because I couldn't get like a total, what you call it, just anything that's coming out from the digital performer from my door. So it's always a mixture of the clean signal coming in, you know, and you're hearing that, which is not good. Anyway, I'll try to figure it out. yes. I know. I know you. I know. Yeah. I had Andrew Awaken. I had a great mentor when I was in college. He was a professional guitarist, but lived on campus because his dad was a professor. So he had a little studio apartment attached to his dad's house. When I finished with my classes in the afternoon, I would pop over to their house and he would show me stuff on guitar. The funny thing is sometimes I would go over there and knock on the door of the apartment and he wouldn't come out. I would assume he was sleeping as he would be out late at night playing concert. And keep knocking until he finally woke up and let me in. So I go in and sometimes both he and his girlfriend were in there. This happened many times, but for some bizarre reason, it never occurred to me until much later on that he probably had not been sleeping at all. Yeah, right. All right, David. You have a good day. You paid what? $4,003 US for a Fender. My good lord. I'm sure it's a great guitar. Brian K, thank you for the input on FIFR. Also, as I get more adept at electric guitars, 20 plus years acoustic and 2 years electric, do you recommend a certain thickness for picks? I'm currently using 0.9 mm picks. Well, picks are a quiet taste. I started with 0.9 something, 90 something. Then I went to a 1, right, 1 millimeter. And now I'm using a 1.20 millimeter pick, and it's a triangle pick, so I don't have to worry about which side, because sometimes when you get like picks like I actually did a video about picks, so you might just want to check it out. When you're using picks like the Dunlop, where it's a teardrop, you got to be like always mindful that you're picking on the sharp end of it, or some of you guys will like pick up the not so sharp ends, but for the triangle pick, it's always easy. And I'm gravitating towards I actually gravitated to thicker picks and found the sweet spot at 1.2 mm, and I bought a whole bunch of them from Harley Benton. So I bought like a couple of packets of this, almost losing picks, so yeah. Hey, hi foul putter. Happy New Year, man. Thank you. On console, you have to insert. You set insert effects to. No. My setup is pretty weird, Peter. I'm actually using a digital audio workstation, so I'm using my digital performer, and what you're hearing, the distortion sound, is from the Line 6 Helix native, so it works as a plug-in within digital performer. And I can get signal coming out from digital performer, no problem. In fact, you guys are actually hearing the Helix native as a whole, but I have a leakage of the actual guitar sound coming in, which I have no way of stopping. I don't know why. Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna try this and see what happens. Maybe if I put to record. So let's try this again. This time I'm gonna try a different guitar. Let's see. Let's try this. That's a nice looking guitar. This is almost like the what you call that? What was this called again? Short-term memory loss again. Okay. This looks almost the same as the Rebel. So that's the Rebel, the one that looks like a Red Star. This has a different look to it, and it's like shiny black. Is that what they call twilight black? But I'm guessing that this is still mahogany body. Okay, so I'm going to try it with a different format and see whether I'm still hearing that. Hoping not. Okay, let's try again. try again. No joy, no joy. It's still the same problem. I don't know how to solve this. I don't know how to solve this. This is something to do with my interface. Not necessarily the interface, but the sound that's coming in. I'm hearing on one side, which is so weird. Yeah. So anyway, I think I won't be playing anymore because this is like, yeah, it just doesn't work. You know, you're not gonna hear the right tone of the guitar anyway. Don't matter. You guys can wait for the review, which is gonna come out maybe from next week onwards. Right. So you guys saw the MG30. Okay. This is something that is interesting. This is called the loop core. You've probably seen this before. This is like a looper with a drum machine. So you probably have this function in the MG300 if you already own one. So this is just like an auxiliary unit, separate unit, and it comes in with what is this? This is the this is like the dual foot switch thing that I think is also that I think comes in with the MG32. So this is how it looks like, the optional foot switch, where it gives you 2 more buttons in addition to the 3 buttons that is on the MG30. This is how the unit look like. Oh, they're good. They're well made. These are all like di-metal cast units. Interesting. How does it look like with the power on? Let's see. Plug this in and see what happens. Well, you need something to be plugged in, or what do you need? You need a cable, or what? Let me see now. Still power? Why is there no power? Can't seem to have power here, so this is 9 volt. No, it is 9 volt, but I don't have any power here. So good. Anyway, I can't show you the lights. It's not powered, but it's interesting. You can have phrases, you can play phrases. It's like quite an advanced looper unit. Yeah, interesting. So I thought I'd show you guys. You know, I guess if you don't have like a the MG300 or any looper, this would be a good addition because it looks quite conducive, like, you know, in a package. Okay. Where's the wow, instruction manuals are pretty thick. So that's that. Okay, and then there are some show you guys about I already showed you guys, right, these solderless connectors, yeah, at the beginning of the stream. So in case y'all missed it, you can go back and watch it later on. All right, Brian K, you take care. Peter, I have some problems with Apollo. I think you need to mute the console input track as. Oh, I did. It's already muted. So, yeah, I don't understand. So I'm trying to troubleshoot this as much as I can. But I'm not gonna spend too much time because I normally don't play a lot during live stream. Only recently I started playing a lot because of these new guitars. Okay. Looks familiar, right? It looks like one of the Centaur pedals that you've seen around, that cost a bomb. This is from Nuex. This is like a clone of it. Oh man, it's so cute. How does it come out? It can't even come out. Cool. So this is a overdrive unit, I guess. I'm not so sure about this. Yeah, it's an overdrive. I've heard this in action in some of the review, and it sounded pretty good for such a small pedal. And there's very little to control. You have the tone or the treble, and then you have the output and the gain, and that's about it. Yeah. Nice. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have a fun time because, like I said, you know, I'm pretty stoked about all these pedals coming in because it brings me back to when I was younger, when I was like playing around with the Boss pedals and stuff like that. I always had fun playing with pedals. It's just that, you know, through the years, I haven't been playing around with pedals for a longest time because of the my experiences with the Line 6 multi. Whoa, this is a cool packaging. It's really cool. I like the color coordination with the what you call it, celeste blue and red. Nice. So they have like a sort of yeah. This is also an overdrive unit. This is called a Morning Star. I don't know what clone is this from. We're supposed to clone. Interesting. Same thing, you have the drive and the level and then the tone. Cool. Gonna have fun. What else do I have? Okay, I have this. This is an analog chorus. This is also from Nuex. I'm not digging the color. I'm not digging the color at all. This one, yeah, it's like purple. I mean, some of you guys will probably like it. You know, it's that pastel or shade of purple, which I don't need. I you know, in my pedal board, I don't think I'll need a chorus, but you know, who knows. I want to be real simple, like because the Atlantic chorus, the Atlantic delay and reverb is actually two pedals in one, so you know, it's really nice. What do you think of P90s versus two single coils? Or I would rather you go for a humbucker if you're gonna play blues, and then have it, you know, that have it. I mean, get humbuckers that are splittable, so you can kind of like split coil it, and that will give you even more tone options. All right. I don't know how to open this. Okay, this is an interesting overdrive unit. It's called the Steel Singer. Right. So I don't know what it's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to sound like some of the American amps, like the Mesa Boogies and stuff like that. I don't know. Let me just take a quick look at this, if I can see what this says. So hey, look, if you guys have any experience with some of this, you know, just feel free to check in. Bye, Julio. You take care. You God bless. Yeah, correct. So these are like the Mesa Boogies from the States. You know, interesting. Yeah. All right, you guys take care. Even worse now, huh? Yeah, it's okay, Andrew. I'll try to figure it out. There must be a way out. Right, so how many of you guys are from North America that are still around? Julio, you got to go. You got to go. I was thinking of praying for you guys. So anyone from North America? Anyone around? How many of you guys around? And this is the analog delay. EU. The color. Oh my good lord. Look at this color. I'm not liking this color. It is like pink. Well, I didn't actually request for this pedal. They just sent it to me. So, you know. Let's see how it goes. So there you go. Three overdrive units and 2 time bass units. And that's all I have for you. Alright, Blue Sky, you're from US at work. Okay. Alright, so Andrew is from America, I know. Julio is gone, I guess. David Askin has run. Andrew Awaken, you're from Florida. Okay, do you think the Morning Star is a GS Morning Glory clone? I think so too. I think so, yeah. Okay, Bruce Brooks, you're from New York City. Alright, we have enough Americans here. I'm going to say a prayer for you guys because of things that have transpired recently. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't want to go there because I think if I'm able to bring you guys away from what is happening in your country, in the States, for a couple of hours, that'd be a good thing. Some of us, we are like, we're musicians, we're guitarists, when we talk about gears and guitars, we kind of like, oh, okay, we are zoned out. So that was my aim tonight, to especially in this time, at this time when things have transpired so badly. So I'm gonna say a short prayer and just bear with me, guys. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for the ability to connect to one another through the internet. I thank you for the ability to reach out to my brothers and sisters who are over at the other end in the US of A. I also pray for the country, that Lord, that your hand will be upon the nation, that peace will prevail, that Lord, that there will be a stoppage of violence of any sort, Lord. Lord, we pray for the 5 lives lost during the riot in capital city, in the capital. Lord, our hearts go out to them, that Lord, that you would find a way to comfort their families and their loved ones, Lord. But in the meantime, Lord, I also pray for those who are residing in the States, that you will put peace into their hearts, Lord, to know that, Lord, that you're in control, that you're in charge of the nation, Lord. And may your hand be upon the leaders. May you guide them properly, Lord. And may you stop all this violence once and for all, Lord. Lord, your might and your power is beyond our comprehension, Lord. You are so powerful. You're able to do things that we can only dream and talk about. But Lord, your will, Lord, your hand at work, Lord, is something that we love to behold, Lord. So we just ask you, Lord, to take charge of the country, Lord. May peace reside in the land again, Lord. So I thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Hi, Krebar. Yeah. So I didn't want to go anywhere near that because it's kind of disconcerting to see the state of the nation as it is right now, because believe it or not, we are in Singapore, right? So we're like halfway across the globe, but we're watching everything. We're seeing everything that transpires, and I have a lot of friends and close relation in the States. So I empathize with what you guys are going through over there. It should not have to happen. The situation that should not happen at all, but it did. So and I believe that that God is sovereign. That God would not be mocked. God is sovereign. God is in charge, and He would take control of the nation. Yeah. All right, Krebar. So how you guys holding out? You guys are you guys still on lockdown? Where you guys are from? Like a couple of guys from Colorado, one from Carolina, some from New York. Are you guys still on lockdown? Roller City, Jonathan, have you played many 7-string guitars? No, I've already had a problem playing with 6 strings. 7 string is like like I play bass, a little bit of bass, so I'm always comfortable with a 4-string bass. I can know my way around a 4-string bass, but you give me a 5-string bass, I'm like, okay, my mind just doesn't work that way. Yeah, I mean, given time, yes, I can probably get my way around 5-string bass or a 7-string guitar. But the music that I do, yeah, there's no really need for a 7-string guitar. Paul, London is a plague city. Oh, it's getting worse right now because I have a student living in London. He was a subscriber, and then he became my student because I teach him online through Zoom. And he had the COVID. He had the virus. Yeah, poor guy. And it was affecting his lungs and his heart. And yeah, but thank God he's recovering right now. So it's good to see him up and about and with a better demeanor. Yeah, Paul, take care. Stay safe there. Bruce, New York pretty much in lockdown. Okay. New York had it bad the first time round, and what I'm hearing now is that it's pretty. London is at breaking point. Have they dispensed with the vaccines yet, Paul, in England? Have they started rolling out the vaccines? Since we're at it, we might as well just pray, just bury me and just pray for you guys in England, as well as in Europe and in America, where you guys are experiencing lockdowns. Let's pray for those who are going through hard time with the virus, in terms of work, job. I know it's controversial to say, but the fact is the media all across the board just misrepresent much of what happens. They have an agenda and try to make every event fit their agenda. Andrew awakened, no lockdown in Florida, just mask and I guess limits on large gathering on certain types. Churches have been meeting again. Not sure about concerts together. Yes, vaccine rollout started, but not many hospitals bed left. 1,300 dead today. That's bad. Andrew, maybe they are at reduced capacity. Toro Draw. Hi Jonathan, which guitar would you recommend for beginners minus Harley Bentons? That's not available here. The Squires are good. Fender Squires are good. So I may just take a look. Okay, I'm gonna say another short prayer for those you guys who are affected by the lockdowns and the vaccines, or rather, the virus. Just to let you guys know, Singapore is more or less on the phase 3, meaning it's getting better. We are actually having gatherings of 250 or more, 250 maximum. So churches have started open up, but at limited capacity. So like I said, 250 person in a room. We have increased our dining capacity to 8 person, I guess. So we are able to dine with 7 of our friends. And that's about it. In terms of air travel, we have started. Singapore has started to fly to 4 other countries, and there are certain countries that we have a sort of a bubble, but it kind of broke down because it was supposed to be with Hong Kong, but Hong Kong had a third wave or something going on, so we kind of stopped that. So Singapore government is kind of like take it real slow so that to protect our citizens from getting any infection. There have been cases of imported coronavirus infections, mostly from the European side, and there is an increase in community, but not a whole lot. Like we're talking about 2 cases or 3 cases. So we're pretty keeping everything much in control. There is an app that the government has released. I'm sure that there's a lot of controversies about this in the States, where you have the government was talking about releasing an app that will keep track of you guys. So we have an app where you can activate it if you're going to, say, a shopping mall. It's called Trace Together. So that is kind of like some of the government's effort to kind of like do contact tracing, for some of for most of us, so that, and it's really effective because they kind of track down all these local cases. In many cases, these are all illegal gatherings where they're not supposed to have like a dinner party of 15 or 20, and they had it. So the government just clamped down on that. They issue fines to the participants as well as to the restaurants, to the eateries, and some of them are ordered to close down for business permanently. So the government is doing a no holds bar implementation of the law, and I think that's good. Yeah, so that's what's happening in Singapore, right? But in Taiwan, it's getting way better because they have concerts there right now. All right, so it's really quite an encouragement to see them doing that right now, and they're keeping this coronavirus literally under control. In China, there is also an improvement because people are going about their business, but they have shut themselves off from the outside world. So recently, I heard there was a city, and they kind of like they kind of had a lockdown for a couple of million people in that city because of a local case, and they're really strict about this. So, but the rest of the
Sure I understand.
all right, Siri, okay, thank you. Yeah, so I'm not sure about the rest of the other provinces in China, like Beijing and stuff like that. But Beijing is pretty safe right now because I have friends there, and they're telling me that everything is cool, it's back to normal. They're doing gigs and all that, so they have shows and all that. So things are improving. The vaccines have not been rolled out in China yet, as of yet. The vaccines have started rolling out in Singapore. Our Prime Minister just took his shot today in the afternoon. So they're going to roll out to the frontline workers as well as to the various patients, especially the elderlies. So this was happening in Singapore as well as parts of Asia. I'm not too sure about Malaysia, I'm not too sure about Indonesia, but this was happening in Singapore, Taiwan, and China. So I'm just going to say a short prayer for you guys out there who are in New York, all right? New York, or in where you are in States, or whether you're in Europe, or in London, have you experiencing a lockdown. So I thank you, Jesus. I also pray that, Lord, that you help those who are struggling with the virus to recover fast and well, Lord. Lord, to see numbers of fatalities, Lord, is something that is heart-wrenching, Lord. And I just pray the Lord that you would watch over these people who are in the hospital right now, and the Lord that people would understand that there is a need to wear masks. There is a need to have social distancing, Lord, and there's a need for some order, Lord. For those who do not believe that coronavirus is real, Lord, I do not know what to say because these are real cases. People are dying. People are being affected. But whatever it is, Lord, I just pray the Lord that you will change their mind. And the Lord, they will come to a realization that this virus is real, Lord. But in the meantime, Lord, I pray for those who are under lockdown, whether they're in England or in Europe or in the States, Lord, that your presence will be with them. The Lord, that they will take the time to maybe spend time with you, Lord. If they are your believers, that they believe in you, they will spend time with you, or they'll spend time picking up a hobby or things to learn, Lord, to while away their time. I also pray that, Lord, that your hand will be upon them, that you will keep them safe, Lord, and you will put wisdom into them, Lord. That you give wisdom to them to know what they should do and not do, Lord. So I just pray for my brothers and sisters out there, Lord, that you will keep them safe, Lord. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Oh. Afri dancer, you're from Germany. Yes, music is something that helps us anytime. I believe music is the medicine that we need for our souls. All right, Andres, Harley Benton that good really. and you're shouting. Why are you shouting? They're okay for our different price range. If you're buying something like 350 euros, yeah, they're pretty good guitars. Of course, if you're buying the cheaper ones, you're gonna get what you pay for. So Paul Owen, okay. Parts of London, one in. My good lord! Oh man, that's bad. See something. As a New Yorker, I'm waiting to see if the vaccine becomes mandatory or businesses require workers to have it to be employed. I ask for prayer for this because I'm not getting vaccinated at this time. Well, I just prayed it. I asked for wisdom. So you have to see. It's your choice. See something. I'm not going to dictate to you what you should do. Neither should anyone. It's your choice. So I just pray for wisdom for you, that you decide on which is the best route to take. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have my apprehensions about the vaccines too, because having a foreign entity in a way, because these are viruses into your body, is something that I'm really not comfortable with. But if everyone is getting a vaccine, and if that will help the situation, then yeah, I would get a vaccine so that I'm able to work again, so that I'm able to travel again, right? But if everybody is or the majority is like holding back on the vaccine, that will just prolong the period of lockdowns, and you're gonna have prolonged periods of lockdown, prolonged periods of infection. So that's not gonna help anyone. So it's really up to these first few cases of people who are taking the vaccines, and see what are the side effects, and whether is it really bad, or or what is it? Is it acceptable? So I'm sure people are some certain people are allergic to the vaccines. They may have adverse reactions to it. I'm sure there is, because I remember taking my shots in the army, right? So when I was in the army, I had like typhoid, malaria, and the army, they don't give a two hoots about you. They just give you all the shots at one day. So I was there in the army. I was like 18 years old, and I had like 3 shots, at one time. After being administered to all these shots, I went woozy. I was like, and I kind of like set myself on the ground, and the NCOs and the corporals and all came running over. Thought I was gonna faint or die, but I wasn't. I was just like, too much things getting into your body, and sometimes your body just cannot take it. But to have the vaccine and die, that's something else. So I'm just gonna wait and see what is gonna happen. So like I said, see something. Use your wisdom, yeah, and just pray for wisdom for all of us, not just you, for all of us. Hexstrom. I love the Hexstrom. I've heard a lot about the Hexstrom rock, but I have no chance to try it, so I wouldn't know. Walls of Jericho is from Germany too. My Telecaster saved me through this time. Yay. Which pedals will you recommend for beginners? Which pedals are you looking for? So you got to be very specific about which pedals are you looking for, or are you just asking in general which pedals should you get as a beginner? Well, you should get a compressor, you should get an overdrive pedal, or maybe a chorus or a delay. So basically, these 4 pedals is essential. Like I said again, compressor, overdrive, or distortion are your chorus, and a delay. So these days you have pedals that has 2 functions in one, so you can get both if you want to. You can get the I just reviewed the Nuex Atlantic, which have a reverb and chorus into one, so you can get that. That will save you a lot of space. And then maybe get a compressor, overdrive unit or 2, depending on what you want, and then a chorus, an independent chorus, if you need a chorus. If you don't need a chorus, then don't get it. Thank you, Walls of Jericho, for answering for me. Andrew Awaken, yeah, there are pros and cons to both approaches. Best thing is to pray for wisdom and consider your medical history and condition. But it's impossible to know 100% which is best for you personally. You just need to make the best decision you can. Yeah, I just saw an article today. Which is a better vaccine, the Pfizer's or the what's the other one? What's the other one called? I forgot the name. There's another one. There's another vaccine, right? So the article was writing about was talking about which vaccines are the best. It's the best. So I won't know. In my opinion, the Inspired by Gibson Epi, which came out lately, amazing quality. Do you test one yet, Jonathan? Well, I was just talking about that. Well, I wasn't impressed with the Epiphone SG. It was really bad. But the Epiphone Sheraton, I kind of like it because I thought it was a great guitar. In fact, I bought one actually many years ago. So I'm not sure about the Les Pauls and the rest of the stuff. I even tried the Epiphone Hummingbird. They liked it. Toro draw. I actually fainted when I had the shots and was out for about 10 minutes. Wow. You had what do you had? What shot do you had? You fainted for 10 minutes. Oh my God. Which shot do you had, Toro? See something? I had the virus twice. Wow. Statistically, the vaccine would be less effective in my case. One might argue I should take to keep others safe. Yeah, to that I would say personal responsibility should rule. Yeah, you're right. There you go. All right. So I guess the whole situation calls for us to not only think about ourselves, but also to think about the other party. So I couldn't wrap my head around the argument that why should I wear a mask? Why it's like a violation of my freedom and all that. And they were so violent about it at one time. And I couldn't wrap my head around it because I'm wearing the mask to not only protect myself, but to also to protect you because I'm with you in your vicinity. So something that I guess the world has kind of lost sight is care and concern for the others. Like what Jesus always teaches us, to love one another, and no other thing is greater than a brother who gives up his life for another. And we can't miss all that, in the hustle and bustle of life. We forgot about the teachings of Christ and how we should behave towards one another. So I couldn't wrap my head around it when people were violently opposing to the wearing of mask. Andrew Awaken, we won't be giving it to Doris right now because she had vaccines in the past, so we think it's best to wait. Yeah, sure. That's wisdom for you, right? So you gotta know whether anyone in your family is allergic to any vaccines or any medication, and if they have a medication, a background, So if they have a problem with their health, then you should think about and ask your doctors for second opinion, third opinions, before you have the vaccine. Rafael, you're from Portugal. I play piano and saxophone, and I want to buy a guitar for for a first guitar. And I think I'm gonna buy the Harley Benton DCE. I'm new to this area. DCE, you're talking about a acoustic guitar? Are you talking about acoustic guitar? Ilion, I don't want to take a vaccine. I feel it's not safe. Yeah, for the time being. So we'll see how it goes. Off the truth in a wah pedal. What's this? Yeah, okay, wah pedal. So, what are pedals to get? If you're playing a lot of funk, and yeah, it'll be good to get a wah pedal. And there are a lot of stuff. Wah pedal I think is not really the basic requirement. As a beginner, I think the basic requirement is a compressor, overdrive or distortion unit. I repeat again: compressor, distortion overdrive unit, a chorus, and a delay or reverb together in one. And subsequently, you might want to, add in a couple more effects like a tremolo, for example, a wah-wah pedal, or maybe a what's that? What's the effect that um, um, what's the effect called? Flanger phrases and stuff like that. So you might want to think about that in the future. But for a beginner setup, these are the 4 pedals that I recommend. Yeah, Modena. So Pfizer's and Modena. So Modena is relatively new, but they have great reports. So we do not know which is the safest. So in Singapore, we are having 2. Yeah, we're having 2. We had the Pfizer's and the Modena too. And I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's just 2 of these. So if you have your first shot, if you have your first shot and the first shot is from Pfizer's, then your second shot has to be from Pfizer's. So you cannot mix and match. Andrew Cordell, people are apprehensive about the vaccine because of the new mRNA technology has been used in them. I think it's a flu shot. Okay. So you fainted for 10 minutes having a flu shot. There are a lot of reasons why. So we won't know, because it could be your condition, your body condition on that day. Maybe you're just tired. Maybe you had a flu. I don't know. There's so many things. Walls of Jericho. I tested the 50 and 60 Les Paul, and the Firebird don't like the SG Custom 2 because of the neck dive. Yeah, it's not about the neck dive. I just thought the Epiphone SG was poorly made. Yeah, I said it. It's poorly made. It doesn't play good. Raphael, yes, an acoustic guitar. Okay, Raphael, if I were you, get the CLD 41. Okay, the CLD 41. That's a great guitar to buy if you're just starting, and it's not that cheap, but neither is it too expensive. So that's a great guitar. See something. The problem with mask is bacteria could cause bacterial pneumonia, which some scientists believe caused more death during the Spanish flu than the flu itself. It's not black and white. No, why are you wearing a mask all the time? Like when you come home, you take out your mask. When you go out, you put on a mask, and you throw away your mask. You're not gonna breathe in that filth that sometimes when I wear a mask, when I'm doing my live stream, so I have to wear a mask. And sometimes you're talking through your mask. When I get home, I throw away the mask because I'm not going to use them. If I'm using a cloth mask, I will wash the mask, because after a whole day out there, you have to wash your mask, and you got to wash it properly. So the only time when you get bacteria into your lungs when you're using a mask is because the mask has not been washed, or you're using a mask for a longest time. So it's about personal hygiene. It's the same as wearing underwear. So if you wear underwear, you're gonna change underwear. You have to change underwear, all right? Some of these arguments that comes in are really, really ridiculous. Like breathing in your own carbon dioxide and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. And people will just say so many things, so many nonsense, just to get away from wearing a mask, because they just don't want to wear a mask. Fine, if you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear it. But have a heart. Think about the others who are with you, your grandchildren, your wives, your children. They might not be as resilient as you, so they might fall prey to the virus. You might have a good immune system, or you might not, and you might catch the virus from someone else because you were not wearing a mask, and the other person that you're with is also not wearing a mask. So go figure. Anyway, freedom of choice is important. See something. Wisdom is also important. Right? I'm not going to argue with you because I know your views are. I'm a hardhead. I believe in my freedom of choice. 60 years old, right? Just turned 60 last October. And I believe that I don't give a shit about what people think, because I have my own way of thinking. Sorry, pardon my French. I am getting kind of like riled up in a way. I'm not angry. I have my own opinion too. Like I want my own freedom. And as a musician, freedom is everything. You get to play what you want to play. But I also believe that public responsibility is something that I cherish a lot, because I believed in public safety, basically. When this whole thing happened, before it started, like in February, early February, March, late February, My second daughter was going out all the time. She's young. She's like 20, 27, and she wants to hang out with her friends, so she goes out every night. And I was telling her, because we started to hear reports of people falling sick with the COVID, and how China was having lockdown and all that. And I was telling her, I said, look, you gotta be careful where you're going. Don't stay out all night at places where there's gonna be a lot of crowd, because at that time there was no lockdown, and people were falling sick to the left and to the right, especially the elderlies, and they were the first one who were hit bad. So I was telling my daughter, I said, be careful. She didn't want to listen, so she's continued to go out every night. She didn't get the virus, but then the shit hits the fan. There were a whole lot of community cases, and then she kind of realized that, so what Daddy was telling her was the truth, that she needs to be careful about going out, and she just stopped going out. And when she started going out again, she was wearing a mask, and she makes sure that her friends are with her are wearing masks. And then the lockdown came, and we had lockdown for a long period of time, and so she wasn't able to go out at all. And yeah, these are things that we need to understand, about what is going on in our surroundings. All right, so where are we? Electroacoustic guitar. That's it's a guitar with a pickup system, so it's good for, it will last you for a while. Toro draw first 5 seconds of the tune, actually from 31 of the tune. What you talking about? First 5 seconds, what? I'm changing your underwear at least weekly. I thought daily. One and only remastered by Queen's Right. Need to know what pedal is used. I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't have the song, I don't have the title, right? Roger Stuckey, thank you for the MXR FOD drive test. Best test of the pedal on YouTube, by the way. Now I have to buy the pedal, and I'm really impressed. Do you still like it too? Yeah, I like it. I like it for its the tone I'm able to get out of it. But I didn't buy it because I don't need one, and that was just for a review, so it went back to the shop right after. But I remember playing on it during the review, and I kind of like the pedal. It's kind of warm sounding, yeah. Roland Rivera, I agree with you about the Epiphone SG. A friend of mine asked made to lower the action on for him on his SG, and I was surprised how much I didn't like it and how poorly it was set up. It's not about just about the setup. It's the way it feels. It just doesn't feel good. The reason why I bought the LTD Viper 300 it's an SG, right? It's an SG. I like it because it just feels good. It just feels good. So. Walls of Jericho, can you tell us something about your experiences with the Sheraton? Personally, I'm curious if an SS style guitar would be a good alternative for a Les Paul. Alright, I'm going to tell you about this. Sorry, I have to come to F3 dancers first. Disinfecting the mask is not really a hygienic way of doing it. If you're not buying the N95, the disposable mask, just throw it away and get a new one after a day or two. And if you're using the cloth ones, wash it with soap and water, hang it out to dry. So I will advise you to buy at least a couple of masks, the cloth ones, so you can swap in between. I have a couple of masks with me, the cloth ones as well as the N95s. So disinfecting it is not going to be good for you because you are inhaling the disinfectants, right? So yeah, so go figure. Anyway, Walls of Jericho. The Sheraton is a great guitar because it's like depending on which model you're buying. So there's the one that I bought was quite close to the 335. Not exactly the 335. It's a different take on the 335. I like it because it sounded great, and I believe that the model that I bought was from Korea. It wasn't from Indonesia. It wasn't from anywhere else. It was made in Korea. It was a great guitar, but I gave it away to a friend of mine. As opposed to a question between a semi-solid as opposed to a Les Paul, can you get the same effect? Yes and no. Okay, yes and no, because a semi-solid, no matter what, is still kind of microphonic, so you tend to feedback. The chances of you feedbacking the bad feedback is greater than a normal Les Paul, a normal solid body guitar. So something to consider. In terms of tone, yes, the humbuckers on the Les Paul and the humbuckers on the 335, depending on the pickups, they'll be more or less the same. It's just that the microphonic nature of the semi-solid is always something to consider. Yeah, okay. See something. My concern is the principle of slender. People assume the person who doesn't wear a mask does so for a particular reason. They place the entire person in a box, which is to slender them. Then what do you see? What's your point of view for someone who doesn't wear a mask in a public place? What do you consider them to be? Someone who's exercising their freedom or right. That's what your take is, right? See something. If that's your point of view, then I can't change your point of view, because that you already set in your point of view. I understand about the freedom that you guys enjoy in America, and I don't think anyone should rob that freedom away from you guys. But what I'm saying is public etiquette, right? If you're going to be in a vicinity where there are strangers around, and you're not wearing a mask, right? Why are you not wearing a mask? My question is not to slander you, because you have the freedom of choice. If you're not going to wear a mask, then everybody has to be like, that when you walk down the aisles, everybody would parting like the Red Sea, because but this is not what the supermarket is required to do, because they would ask you to wear a mask, because that's the company's policy, and people will ask you to wear a mask because they are concerned about their own safety, right? But if you were really adamant about not wearing a mask, then don't come out, stay at home. And if you were to come out, then it's either you wear a mask or go to some isolated place where there's no people. But if you're in a vicinity where people are around, there are people around you, then that's what I'm talking about, public etiquette. If you don't have that, then I got nothing to say, because you will be going around this again and again. It's a circle, it's a vicious cycle, and I don't want to offend you. See something, because I cherish you as a brother. I respect your point of view, but you have to agree to disagree. Freedom of choice has a limit. There is a way, a certain way to see or to think about public safety. And when it comes to this thing called a virus, you can't possibly put a lid on it. In any case, this virus will still be a bane for months to come, unless everybody gets the vaccine, or somehow the virus dies itself up. If you're talking about herd immunity, it's a no-go, because there'll be many more fatalities. Come on, you guys have 350,000 people dead in the States alone. There's a whole lot more than what we have in Singapore. There's a whole lot more than what they had in Taiwan. Think about it. I mean, people are dying, and if people were so adamant about the freedom, I can't say anything. It's your choice. All right. Hi, Oliver. How are you? See something. Empathize freedom not as an end in itself, but because it ensures people are not forced to do what might harm them. True. Elion, but you can't. At least here in Israel, you get a fine ticket of 250 euros. Yeah. See something and you won't offend me, no worries. Okay, that's good to know. See something. Elion, if you go outside without a mask, okay. Toro draw, there would have been no virus problem if they killed the first infected cells evil, but think of the life saves. That's what happened in Korea. You know that? In North Korea, that's what they do. They kill the first few infected people that was coming in from overseas. They actually executed them. But we won't know. We won't know whether that's the truth or whether that's propaganda, you know. Because these are news that we hear, yeah, not from Korea, but from somewhere else. Oliver, if you live in a civilized society, you have to observe a certain set of rules for the good of everyone, so everyone can benefit. Yes, I agree with that. Thank you, Brooks. Well, listen, guys. I don't claim to know everything, right? I love my country, and like I said, I love what America stands for, right? I've been to America many times. I love the people there. I love Europe. I've been to Europe many times. I love the British people in England. It's sad for me to see people die for needlessly dying. That's my thing. Needlessly dying. Like the 5 people who lost their life in the Capitol. It's always sad to see things like this happening. It's sad for me to see my countrymen dying in Singapore during the SARS virus. You remember that? SARS virus. We had a pastor who, out of his goodness of his heart, because that was what that was his faith, that he went to the hospital to pray for patients, the SARS patient, and he got the SARS patient, and he got the SARS virus, and he died a couple of days later. My heart broke because people are dying needlessly, and if we can protect ourselves and ensure that other people are not suffering the same fate. You know, how is it like to know that you're going to die because of a virus that nobody can cure, and your wife and your kids are sitting beside you watching you waste away and die? You know the feeling? Can you imagine that? Can you ever think about that? And how about the elderlies, you know, the ones who don't have to go right now? They can still have a couple of years to spend with the grandchildren who are in the hospital dying alone because they can't breathe. And this is not a hoax. This is not something that people concocted out of nothing. These are real situations, right? Like I told you, I have a student in London who suffered from COVID, and he was telling me it was hell. You know, he had to go through all that crap because it's like it's really scary to not be able to breathe. My dad died because his heart gave up, and he died because he just died in the morning when he woke up, and his heart gave up and he fell and he passed on. But before that, he had probably asthma. So you know what asthma is, right? You cannot breathe. And I've seen him struggling to breathe. You know, I would get called when I was in the office to come home immediately because my dad wasn't breathing, from my mom. And I'll rush home, and I can see him with cold sweat sitting in the kitchen or sitting in the toilet. At one time, he was in the toilet, he's trying to take a dump, but he couldn't breathe. I gotta wipe out for him. I gotta wipe everything from him, take him to the hospital, make sure that he get his medicine so he's able to breathe again, so that, you know, his lungs are unclogged. It's hard. It's ridiculous. You know, I've seen how my dad suffers, so my heart goes out to people who are suffering from this virus because I've seen it firsthand. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. I'm sorry, but I told you guys that I don't want to go to anything that's dark or anything that's sad, you know. But all these things come from some of the interactions from you guys. So yeah, I'm sorry I had to bring this to you because I wanted this live stream to be something that is that will bring you guys away from what's happening in the States, especially, you know. Oh, Oliver, your CC? I cooked the mess today. You cooked them? Okay, cool. Don't add any pepper and salt, okay? It doesn't go well. The mess are just a temporary measure. Have more compassion for your fellow human beings. Yes, this in a way is the natural order of Darwinian evolution. The weak perish, the strong survive, become. Andrew awakened. Yep, I was in Asia for SARS. Fortunately, I was in Taiwan on a project, so I was in Hong Kong for the worst of it. But my friends back in Hong Kong had some rough experiences. Yeah. Total draw. My friend was taking 54 tablets a day. He lost 13 kg. Lord. Charlie Buttocks. Thank you. That's a great name. Hi, Jonathan. We have 1,300 COVID-related deaths today. Yeah, that's in England, right? We were getting around 650 in the first wave, May 2020. So it's getting worse every day. Yes. And that's why I prayed for you guys just now. All right. Hang in there, Charlie. Yeah. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Practice social distancing. Do whatever they tell you to do, like, washing your hands and all that. It does work, Oliver, we have a lot of idiots in the U.S. Well, we have a lot of idiots here too. Yeah, we get guys. We have our own fair share of Karens. We have them here in Singapore too. People who just don't want to wear masks and who insist on their rights not to wear masks. But yeah, the authorities have none of that. They'll clamp down on them straight off. Look, everywhere in Singapore there is closed circuit TV. There's closed circuit cameras in the shopping mall and anywhere, even the streets in the bus stop. So you can run. They'll have their facial recognition. They know who you are. See something. It's the attitude that is a problem. It's still so much more others. Do you know everyone's medical situation, knowledge, freedom of choice is loving? Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop everything here. I'm not gonna continue this conversation with you guys. Yeah, guitars are cool. Yeah, we're gonna talk about guitars. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right here now. I'm not gonna talk about the virus. I'm not gonna talk about whatever you guys have strong opinions about. I've said what I need to say. So you guys make up your mind. I only pray for your safety. The reason why I bring out this subject is because I care for you guys, and that's about it. So whether your thinking is about the emphasis on freedom as opposed to public safety and public etiquette, and above all love for one another, then it's your choice. I'm not going to change your mind because I don't think I want to go there anymore. I just want to keep this real clean and simple. This is a live stream that I hope to keep you guys away from all these things. Apparently I failed, so my apologies to you all. Right, so I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. So you guys please take care of yourself. Just watch for your surroundings. Watch your surroundings, and yeah, my thoughts are with you guys, especially you guys in London. 13,000 a day is no joke. It's no joke. It's not something that I take lightly. So I'll be praying for you guys. Yeah, I'll be keeping you guys in prayer. Right. So that's what I can say. So you guys take care. I'll see you again. Well, I'll see you when I see you. Again, my apologies for having this gone on to whatever we have gone in, which I don't want. Right. You guys take care. Right, David. You take care, David. Helmet. Which guitar is the number one and number two? Well, I just said it earlier on. It's what did I say? The Japanese traditional Fender Japan. Yeah, 50s Strat. And the second one would be the G&L Comanche. I will. You guys take care. Have a good day. And for some of you guys, it's like the start of the day. So have a good day ahead. Whatever it is, this darkness will pass. It will pass. But in the meantime, if you are a praying man, pray. Yeah, pray. Pray for one another. Pray for yourself. Pray for your family. Prayers is something that we need to do, at difficult junctures of our lives. So that's why I will encourage you guys. have a thought for one another. So guys, take care. I'll see you guys again. Bye.